Greetings and welcome to Destiny and Dice. We are in the campaign, a short story long. We're set in the world of Eberron, and we're going to dive right in. When last we met, in the southern reaches of the Mournland, in the facility of Whitehearth, the Shadowslayers had a brush with an avatar of death and thoroughly beat the crap out of it. A darker conversation was shared between Bruce and Rix, as the former argued, what is the point? What have we even done that has even been the slightest amount of good? Their conversation, however, was cut short by a scream from Colin as the rest of the party began to perform an exploratory surgical procedure on Colin's back. Why? Because even though Oriana had once again lost her memories, she did have one thought that continued to bother her. The key is in me. Triggering a strange reaction in Colin, he showed the party a pair of matching scars on his and Oriana's back. Hence, the surgery. After a tense few moments, Nyx was able to withdraw a coppery key from Colin's back, a key that fit in the lock of Oriana's slave collar. Freed from both gash and collar, Oriana immediately went to Bruges, sharing a tearful reunion. Soon after, Colin's collar was removed following another surgery. The wine flowed, and the food prepared by Kiz and by Bruges as well was enjoyed by all, though Colin, still under the gash spell, though Colin is still under the gash spell, it seems it will only be a matter of time until they are both free of the yoke placed upon them by Calysta Stormclaw and her father, Eravan of House Lyrandar. Shadowslayers, what are you going to do now?
That's a very good question.
Sleep.
I think we had talked about going and checking out
the door. We were gonna
the door and make sure it goes to the front.
And
we
had the puzzling conundrum of who was the one who actually set up that alarm spell.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Was it Colin or who he thought it would be? Or who he used to be?
Was it Calysta?
Oh, well, do we just have
or someone helping her? I don't know how to dispel magic. It's a magical spell. I don't think I can.
I know, but there's like a physical element to it.
The alarms.
Well, the thing about the alarm spell is that I can't. I don't think I can. I can tinker my way out. I can thieves tool my way out of that one.
Oh, okay.
We all look at Z.
She doesn't have dispel magic.
I meant for answers, but sure, that's.
Just gonna alert someone, and if Calysta's the one that's gonna get alerted, then I figure let's let her know.
I mean, sure, you got this spell. Is there a way to get rid of it without, all the spells Z's out of right now?
Besides, when it comes back, don't you want me to take the gesh off Colin?
Yeah.
I thought that was like the next big thing I would be doing after I take a nap.
She is getting tired cranky, guys.
So, Cherry, is there a way to...
Is there a way to?
Dang.
Dispel magic will probably do it.
Did we ask Colin and Oriana who set up the spell?
Why don't we...
Colin did.
Then why are we worried?
Because he can't actually do that type of magic, and somehow he was able to while under the spell.
He has an aberrant mark.
That's very true.
That's not what his aberrant mark did.
Yeah.
That aberrant mark did something different.
I'd be considering. I think this is similar to what House Kundarok can do. I'd be very surprised if his aberrant mark did something as beneficial as that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if Colin did it, even if it's not the kind of magic he can usually do, like, does Colin remember doing it? Or is that just the thought that they have that Colin did it?
Bruce is going to walk over to the door and open it.
Okay.
Hey!
Cool. I guess we talk too much, guys. Let's be real. We probably should have talked about this a little more, but here we are.
Look, if there was an alarm that let Calysta know that we were here, we've probably already triggered it.
Hey, Cherry, would alarm is set? Can you tell who it is that set it off?
Well, don't they have to be within a certain distance?
Yes.
I just know who it isn't. I know it isn't people I've.
So she could think it's the Emerald Claw. Let's go.
Wasn't there one on the other door that we smashed through on the way in? I think we've already set off some alarms, so Bruce is just walking.
Yeah, I'm walking as well.
Yes, I will walk too.
I don't know if you need us to
I will
move
ride and make more
along. Because we're not even where we were.
Where am I?
Oh, I thought we were just eating.
What
having dinner.
am I? There I am. We
Can't
were
we
just
food
having
somewhere
dinner.
to sleep?
No, we
I
were
would
gonna
very much
go
like
through
to
the
do
door.
that, yes. I
Sorry,
would like to be able to.
Bruce
Good.
enters through the door.
Emerald Claws there.
Colin exhibits no physical reaction. And you find yourself at the foot of a stairway going up.
Well,
Bruce is just gonna keep going up.
That's what the librarian says.
I suspect Nyx is behind
mean,
him, so I will
just-
follow behind her.
Bruce
Do we want to
is
leave
not
anybody?
moving. Good.
Do we want to leave anybody with Odiana and Colin, or are we okay with the leaving?
Z is just sitting down to hang out with Odiana and Colin.
I mean, you are exhausted, so I can see that.
You want to send Liz with us so we can keep in touch?
She's just like, meh.
Well, the range is pretty limited, isn't it?
I mean,
Bruce is continuing up the stairs.
Cherry, you could start getting your catalysts ready to settle down.
And I can go ahead and take a nap.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, I think we should be.
Okay.
I think we'll be okay. I know that you'll.
Bruce is gonna call down the stairs. We're not fucking sleeping in this room tonight.
I thought we were going to sleep in the ship, to be honest.
There are beds downstairs.
I'm going to sleep in the ship.
Just take a rest.
Do you guys want the lantern at least?
Yes, please.
I mean, yeah, we probably could use it. I mean, I can see fine, but it can show us anything that's invisible, so I'd appreciate it.
Can you melt some oil? There's that lard. Just put it in a bucket. Just have it ready to set on the top of that door.
I will take the lantern with me. And I give Cherry a quick hug. Thank you. And I will follow after Bruce.
So, it's Bruce, Nyx, Rix.
Maybe Kiz. I don't know if Kiz is following.
Yeah,
Kiz, are you going up?
Kiz is going too.
Yep.
And then
Gora?
If we're setting the yeah.
If we could get something where if we bring someone to a certain point, they'll fall off the cliff.
Well, let's see where these stairs lead to first.
So, I'm just thinking of
Feels like 15 rounds.
I
later.
wanted Cherry for traps.
15 rounds later.
15 rounds of going around those steps.
Jeez.
I was gonna say
We're gonna have the
and a
most incredible butts by the time we're done with this. I'm just saying.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, your butt is already fine, Bruce, but the rest of us are going to look amazing.
Do we just start moving? What do you want us to do, Mike?
Okay, you're going up the stairs, and you get about there, and if you can kind of follow the stairs along, you'll see where you stop.
Can I possibly have control over the lantern for a little bit? Since I'm the one who's carrying it.
You asking Mike that, or are you asking
I'm
Cherry
asking
that?
Mike that, because Cherry offered the lantern, and I procured
Can you
from
just
her
be
for
a
this
floating
venture?
lantern?
I don't know. Will he take me over with? I can just be a floating lantern.
Alright, yeah. I guess he wants to.
I grabbed all the players to move him over just to make life easy. As opposed to, moving all but 2 of you over. However, I can see if I can give you temporary control of the lantern.
I mean, if Cherry wants to, if Rogue Dragon wants to move it around with me, just have it follow me, that's perfectly fine. I don't need to have the permission.
Okay, cool. We'll go with that, because I don't want to mess with it. Okay. You come to the top of the stairs. You find yourself facing what looks like a rock wall, but on that rock wall is a blue gem hologram.
Cruz will keep going towards it.
Okay.
What do you say?
Looks like a blue gem.
Okay. Got plenty of those or still.
Cruz will pull out one and look at the others. And with that vote of confidence, he'll open the door.
Thank you, Rogue Dragon.
Okay. We figure out.
Just imagine us opening the door, seeing the Emerald Claw, and then just closing the door.
They've been spending the whole time trying to hack the key because they don't have a blue key yet.
Yeah.
Jeez, what's lower than a blue key? Do they have like a white key?
I think what's lower is Thieves' Tools because that's the lowest.
You stick the key into the gem, you unlock it, and you slowly start applying pressure onto the door. Let's see. Let me roll some perception checks really quick.
Yeah, they're here.
Lovely.
They're totally here.
Yeah, as Nyx runs into the cavern.
Did
You immediately moved the token inside.
Forward, but yeah, she was.
Close the door. Close the door.
So
I bet you they're here.
Nyx, upon stepping outside the cavern, you see.
She stepped in the doorway.
I saw your character token move outside the door.
I know. I moved it right there. Was all, which is still the door.
It's outside the door.
Oh,
Past the blue gem. Past the door.
Wall door.
Just stop moving our tokens until we know what we, open the door.
Do you remember when Mike told us that one time that we shouldn't move our tokens until we've told him we're moving our tokens? Maybe that should apply to us from now on.
So what's your passive stealth?
10 plus your stealth.
What is the level of lighting currently?
16.
Oh, we are carrying a lamp.
We are.
As you open the door, you do notice that
put it out.
It is evening. It's dusk. The sun is setting. Or rising. Well, your best guess is you open the door and Nyx kind of pokes her head out and looks around. What did you say your stealth was?
16 passive.
One
more time.
16 passive.
16. Okay. You notice in the immediate vicinity, you hear what sounds like footsteps. And glancing towards the northeast, you see there's somebody kind of walking along almost like a patrol route. He's dressed in a green tabard. He's got a metal helmet on. However, nobody seems to have noticed that you've opened the door.
Close the door. Close the door.
Move back. Cast darkness on the lamp.
You can cover it and turn it off.
She doesn't have the lamp to do that. She's literally.
I know she's acting immediately. I have the lamp. I could turn it off, but she's trying to make sure that it's not seen in that split-second moment. I understand what Nyx is doing.
She's reacting the way Nyx would react.
Close that door. Close that door.
Yep. She would be like, she would move back and be like, they're here. Kind of whisper very quietly.
Nice.
And yeah,
as the door closes. The door, for itself, the door opens silently, as if on perfect hinges. Just
So it's really loud on the way it's shutting. When it's shutting.
I assumed you all attempted to close the door quietly and not set off alarm.
Yes.
Again, that's me assuming. Do I need to make somebody roll something for quietly shutting the door?
No, hold on, because let's talk about what.
Sound, Nyx would have stopped and probably.
Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. Because I think what happened is Bruce opened the door. Nyx walked forward 2 steps, jumped backwards, and cast darkness.
I think you guys can read that.
I can still see everything. It's great. It's fine. I'm sitting there like, what's going on?
Bruce is probably like, the hell?
See darkness?
Nyx?
He can't see that!
I am literally the only one who can see right now.
She turns and puts her fingers to his lips, and Bruce is just like, what the hell?
Okay. She puts her fingers to she casts darkness, puts her fingers to her lips, and he's like, Rix goes, oh, they're here. There we go. Because I can see her just fine.
Yeah, so she's indicating. Like, she did say that they're here.
Rix is just assuming when she's going, shh, we're like, oh, he's just assuming they're here. Or something is here, but he's assuming it's the Emerald Claw because we have such a limited time.
Bruce is just blinking in the dark, just looking around.
I gently reach out and grab Bruce by the wrist and be like, shh, let me get past and shut the door. Please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So I know you two worked together a lot and did a bunch of sneaky shit, but maybe you can let me in on what you're doing.
They're right outside the door.
Outside. I sneak past, and I'm going to shut the door.
What the? You're what the?
Pull the door. I see that, dude. I'm like, they're here. We need to go.
He wouldn't see the door because all of a sudden it's dark over there.
We don't know that.
Yeah, no, he's seeing there's a little black darkness. As the door shuts, he sees the glob of darkness that was not there before.
Hey, but it's gone as soon as the door shuts, so.
All right.
Yeah, but
I hold up my finger. I'm like, let's go.
At which point you make out the sound of metal on rock.
Let's go back. We found them.
What? Did you close the door?
Yes, I did.
Then why are we whispering? It was a giant rock.
I don't know. They could press their... You know that sound travels even better through solid surfaces than it does through the air? He could just be listening to see what's going on.
I don't think that's true at all. Otherwise, we would just build walls everywhere so we could hear better.
We can't occupy the same space as a wall.
Maybe you can't.
Can I roll a nature check so I can tell him that it actually transitions between solid and air, kind of loses some of it?
Okay, let's go.
You guys?
Hold on, they're right outside?
They're right
outside. The Emerald Claw. They are camped outside.
Okay, so Bruce has broken one of these devices once. So turning to look at the door, what would he need to do to break it off? Kind of like, breaking a lock on the other end.
I guess my concern in this moment is that when you break it, it just makes the door openable.
Last time he broke something, it just shut off the whole thing.
A librarian.
Whoever's not looking at the door, Nyx is going to whisper, hey, I don't suppose you have any ball bearings or caltrops you can leave behind us.
Wait, you guys came up? I didn't even hear you.
Darkness.
All right.
Oh.
By the way.
So here we are. Look,
Kiz just like waves at you and points at her jaguar. That's so here.
I don't have.
Hey,
any
Remind me
Cherry.
ball
again
bearings.
of when you broke one of these.
The thing he broke was the trap mechanism. It had, did you let me know, had a key mechanism after he broke it? So he broke it, and then the key mechanism disappeared. So Breeze is figuring, much like if you can break a lock from one side and make it harder to open, you can just break part of this and make it harder to open.
Okay.
I don't have
If
any.
not,
Your best guess was when you broke that, you punched straight through the key. Like you broke the wall that supported the hologram, and behind it you saw the mechanisms and arcana stuff that was used to form it. So if there were a lock on this side that you could break, it would be right in the center of the door where you would place the key.
okay, so if he hit that, and in Bruce's mind, considering how things have worked, it'll break the door, which means it'll just make the door non-functional. Because if not, this is the best made thing in Whitehearth. This door, right here.
I mean,
Well, while he is contemplating this, I am pulling out a bag of ball bearings and be like this? It's a kiss.
As Bruce rears back and swings, he's gonna be like, "Hey, Cherry, do we have any more of those traps?"
Cherry's
She's
not
downstairs.
here.
She's not here. She's downstairs with Zeke.
Wait,
Cherry, do we have any more of those traps? I need you to roll me an attack.
No,
That
Cherry,
was-
don't worry, Cherry, you're fine.
that was a run-on sentence. Is that me?
Yes. I need you to roll me an attack.
I think we used
At which
both
point
of
you
the
were like-
traps.
Mid-swing. Oh, yeah, no.
That hits. That's a good one.
Concussive hammer, so they're going to be able to hear pretty well on the other side.
I imagine so.
If you don't break the door.
As your warhammer smashes into the rock door, smashing through the holographic key gem, you feel it when the rock below it gives away, and then it sputters, and the key gem, the holographic image of the key gem, just disappears as the spell set working the key gems just is obliterated from the destruction caused by your hammer.
Okay, I can now see the other side of the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't reinstituted the door thing.
Okay, I was just double checking to see.
Is that better?
Okay, I was just making sure. I wanted to see if, like,
Mhm.
Okay. Wait, where's Cherry? She had the traps. I thought that was the whole point of coming up here. Was that
I think she used both of the traps on those doors.
we had more than two.
I think we only had two.
So
Well, we know where the back door is. Do we want to go and get some more and bring them back? Well, I guess they're here. I don't know how long that'll stop them, but hopefully long enough to get some sleep.
Yeah, let's head back down. We can set and we have the alarm spell that Cherry still has there that we could move through easily. We could have her maybe set another one before bed. Always before we bed down for the night, we'll just do watches to be careful.
Yeah, well, she should do it like right here.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's go get Cherry. Let's do that. Good idea.
Do you have any other your cool little spy gear that you guys get that you just like?
I'm still holding the a bag of ball bearings. I'm like, do I drop these now, or
Did Nick get rid of the darkness?
She got rid of the darkness.
Okay.
It's not there anymore. Do you want me to
just
drop?
I'll
Do you want
check.
to drop these now as a precaution, or?
I'd wait unless you want Cherry to scramble over these.
She's nimble
Yeah,
enough.
I guess we should wait.
Well, we'll wait.
She is nimble.
I'll wait here just in case something comes through in the next minute while you get Cherry.
All right.
Heading down the stairs to go get Cherry.
Okay,
I'll stay here.
Move past him, and I will probably be about halfway to waiting, and I'll have the lamp with me. Jerry,
Meanwhile,
let's go.
Back at the
Meanwhile,
ranch.
back downstairs.
Should probably take Bruce out of there.
Odiana and Colin have kind of drifted into a little bit of sleep. Because,
surgery.
It's been a traumatic day.
Why does Odiana have a... Oh, she's got a hand grenade because of the baby, right. I was like, why does she have a hand grenade icon? Right.
That's right. I asked if we could have an indicator. So
Zaneem, Jalira, what are you guys doing right now? Everybody wanders off. You were starting to set up your catalyst stuff, right?
I mean, no, I'm hesitating because if we're not, a lot of these things require a full night rest charge time, and so we're not. And Bruce said that weren't going to sleep here, so she's not sure what to do. So she's just gonna kind of try and relax.
If Colin and Odiana look like they're passing out because, surgery, Geas gonna curl up near the baby and just chill out for a little while.
A few minutes go by while you sit. Z sits and chills near the baby, near Odiana.
Yes, and I might snuggle up with my babies.
You snuggle up with your babies. They're just... and then, it's quiet for about, 10 minutes. Things are just kind of relaxed. And then Nyx comes running down the stairs.
Yep. Like, back here. She announces once she breaks through the door. They're here. We might have been able to block them, but they know where the door is now.
Why do they know where the door is?
Because we opened the door.
So what are we gonna do?
So we are gonna set a trap and then move somewhere to sleep, and they'll have to find us.
Okay. Do we have any traps?
Do you have any traps? I thought you had the traps. You're the trap person, aren't you? Is there anything I can give you? We have ball bearings.
You have ball bearings too, don't you?
I don't. For some reason, I thought she had caltrops because she was going to do pranks with them, but they're not in her inventory.
Rip.
I
want to say you actually used them at some point.
I think she did.
I don't remember where, but I want to say that you used them. I can't for the life of me think of it, though.
No.
Because I thought you had caltrops too at one point.
I don't remember using them. I remember buying them, and they're just not in my inventory, so probably. She's like, we have ball bearings. I don't know if you can finagle stuff from what we have here. Do you want crates upstairs? What can we do? Because we've got,
I mean, I'm sure she can come up with some Home Alone style traps.
Alright, what do you want us to do?
I mean, probably have a variety.
Macaulay Culkin was like a 20th level artificer, so
It was pretty impressive.
I think I could probably come up with some shrapnel.
Alright.
Projectiles.
Hold on. How much oil do we have left? Just pour it down the stair.
We do have a lot.
And whoever has the spider climb boots, just walk down the wall.
Didn't we grab the lard?
We did grab the lard. Oh, we're gonna was it Kevin McAllister these guys?
Make them all fall down the stairs.
Mike thinking about all his careful planning falling apart because we're using lard and oil.
It's the face of a man who is both impressed and upset.
It's gonna be sad when you're trying to kill the guy and you can't, collect on your deal.
Hey, look, man.
He's not walking down first.
He's not walking. He's one of the last
He's an elderly man.
He's going to end up walking over everyone else.
True story.
And using them
I can use prestidigitation to help hide things.
We're just going to see some of those skeletal minotaurs coming down the stairs, like as if Mario had jumped on their head. Just
oh no.
So
Goombas.
what are we doing?
Well, I am looking up 5 to eat and try scrap.
Well, okay. My thought was I have a smoke arrows. So you could set those up to at least blind them.
Well, this says I need trap maker tools.
Yeah, you're nervous.
Wait,
you have tinker tools.
I have tools for the job. That's
right. Plus, you have Fixer and AT or whatever
all
it is
of these
now.
Tools.
Oh, it takes an hour to conjure it.
All of these tools.
Well, Odiana, do you have?
Odiana stands up and starts rummaging through crates. She looks a little tired, but she's like holding the barnacle to one person, and she's starting to go through things. She brings you. Cherry, roll me a d8. She brings you 2 boxes of nails. Roll me a d6.
Some Christmas ornaments.
Roughly a gallon bucket of tar.
Oh, that was the worst scene in that movie.
It really is the worst scene ever.
It'd be nightmares.
Oh man.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
I'm on 5 at this point.
4 spools of fine wire.
Ooh, wire.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get rid of so many of those guys before they even reaches the bottom of the stairs.
How fine of wire?
Well, if we don't have our casters don't have spells, we're gonna need something.
Well, we managed to break the door well enough. I mean,
they're gonna break through. We're gonna lose some people before they can find us. We're going somewhere else in the complex so that we can sleep. And by the time they find us and manage to get through this maze to where we know we're safe,
we'll
probably get an 8 hours.
Doesn't Cherry have an arcane lock set up as well?
Yeah.
How long does that last for? All right.
We can just camp on the other side of that door.
No, question though, with the Geas in place on Colin still.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Okay, that is a huge concern right now.
Minor illusion.
Can we bring a little project for him to work on? Let's break the steering wheel and bring him the supplies to sit there and repair it.
Because I mean that is my concern. Because if he's not working on the ship, he will no longer be obeying the orders given to him via the Geas, meaning that he will end up taking that damage. And Geas, especially cast at the level that has lasted this long, is going to do a ridiculous amount of damage and will kill him instantly.
So could we do something where he could take a piece to fix with him, like the helm?
Someone's going to have to ask him that, because right now we're just talking out of character. So someone is going to have to ask him, is there something that you can take with you that you can work on that will not, that will still be fulfilling the requirements of the Geas, or the spell without, triggering the nasty side effects of it.
Odiana would probably be a better person to ask.
Yeah.
Remember, Rix, you're halfway up the stairs still.
Yeah. I'm just saying this out of character.
The only person who's come down is Nyx at this point.
And she's like, all right, let's get this stuff upstairs. Let's go. I have everything we can.
Does Bruce hear anything while he's waiting at the top?
Kiz, where are you at?
Since sound travels better through stone than it does through air.
I didn't want to leave Drippers alone.
It does.
You're hearing what sounds like metal hitting rock, as now that they know the location of the door, they are starting to figure out how to get past it.
I just want to point out that I really like the fact that we opened the door in like twilight evening and bright light poured out from a lantern.
And nobody noticed.
He didn't notice that, but he did notice it got darker over there.
No, it was probably still the light change.
No, with the debate of how long it took you guys to figure out what was going on,
Just mere seconds.
he had turned around on his patrol. At the time, nobody was facing the door. And then somebody turned around.
Ta-da!
Because you were right. You were like, no, it's going to take a minute for you guys to figure out what's going on. With Bruce like, I can't see anymore. Nick's cast darkness. What am I supposed to see? So, that being said, is there anything else you want to bring from downstairs? There are a number of tools that are down here.
A lot of
There's an
tools.
anvil.
Imagining the tools hanging above and just
I just thought of the metal bar that with the paint cans. Oh man, from the second one.
Okay,
We'll just need to
couple-
set the anvil right above the door. Just saying, we'll just do it that way.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do that above
It
the door
would
now.
take a few minutes, but yes, Z could totally prestidigitate things to look like whatever.
Well,
But
there's
the
also
prestidigitate
Nick's
just
also,
a minute.
Nick's also had minor illusion, so I think you guys could work together.
Which of these crates are labeled Acme?
It's funny because the program that I'm using with the assets that I'm using, one of the barrels is labeled TNT. I did not put any on the map, but it exists. That being said,
some hammers.
anything else that you're grabbing, or do you got what you got?
Hammers. There's, looks like I have a spare +1 longsword in the gear. I'm gonna grab that. Sharp blades that aren't necessary to Odionic and Colin's work. That's all I can think of, unless she can think of something I can't think of.
She's tired and is unable to really get super creative at the moment.
Okay. I'm all she's got.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, and as we go up, I'll probably start giving some ideas. Like, well, if we do a bunch of the oil after we put all this stuff up, they should possibly slide down. Like, we have some of that wire.
Are you up at the top of the stairs with us? Or are you guys talking about
we're talking as we're walking.
Okay.
Because Nyx is not sitting still. She's like, let's do the oil first, have them fall into the nails, and...
But we're putting on the oil last, so they can slide into all this stuff that we've set up on the way down.
Hear about how bloodthirsty we all are.
Okay, so we're talking different directions. I'm talking about from the top down.
Yeah, so
we've got to be from the top down. We'll have to do the nails and stuff as we come back down with everyone.
Yes.
So we're going to want to do the oil first, and I have the spider climb cleats, so I can go around it and not have to worry about me getting.
We'll still need to be able to set everything up. I'll have Fixer go hang out with you, and then I'll let you know when to pour the oil that we're all ready. I'll try not to put anything above here, so you'll have that space to walk down the walls.
We don't know if someone.
Whoever is crafting the traps will make the rolls. So if the oil goes down first, Nyx with the spider climb cleats is the only one who can make the crafting checks on the rolls.
Jerry couldn't just slide down.
No,
but is she going to be able to concentrate while sliding down oil, making traps? So that's I'm going to throw that.
Doing the oil.
We are setting up all the other traps first. So once they are in place, I will give Nyx the indication, and she pours the oil. So Nyx will probably have to make that check, the oil check. But
it'll be her.
Are you guys? Where is everybody? Is this out or in character? Where are you
I'm like
all?
around flight number 7 or round number 7 or 8. So I don't know how far they've gotten.
As we are walking up the stairs on how we do this.
And I'm trying to also explain to her my plan so she knows which ways are safe on the way down.
Yeah. You hear them starting to plan things as they're coming up.
Carrying a bunch of junk.
Focus waits. She's looking at the smoke arrows, thinking, how do I?
It's a lot of stuff. I guess we're making some. Rogue Dragon, do you have any 2nd level spells left?
I got diddly.
It's the reason I wanted to sleep before we climb the stairs.
Because I don't think she knows that she can do her catalyst resuscitation just yet.
Alright. So
I think Arcane Lack would also make this harder to break through.
So probably some pebbles in here.
Okay, so you're up there now?
Sounds like they're banging on the door.
Terry, can you pull yourself over to near your lantern?
So I'm not going to put them down until, Bruce is over on this side. But I will want to... Nyx is up here too, right?
Ricks and Kiz.
And he's got ball bearings. We've got
ball bearings.
Well, I want the terrain here to be as treacherous as we can possibly make it between ball bearings and
It's all fun and games until someone uses levitate.
Do we have someone that can do levitate?
They might have someone.
That's when you do the across those very thin threads across the whole area.
I'm thinking about going like every once in a while. We've got some wires. I might prop up this long sword that nobody's using. It's a +1 longsword, and see if I can wedge that into a wall.
Get Bruce to just punch it into the wall.
See if we can. If there's nowhere to prop up a bucket full of nails. But also,
assuming Bruce has any sort of inventory of what you guys have. What if we have the ball bearings?
I have some extra daggers.
If we have the ball bearings up here at the top and the oil immediately afterwards, and then right after that, tar with pointy things in it.
All right. Actually, let's do some tar with pointy things here, right inside the door.
Got 15 rounds of this going down. So you've got plenty of time to put tons of oil on the stairs for a while to come down and have them actually land in that tar.
How many jugs of lamp oil did you guys buy?
Oh gosh, we bought so many.
He got us like
3 gallons.
No. Oh,
how much did you get?
It was more like 60.
Not much.
No, wait, no, not 60. No, sorry. It was about 70 uses, is what I calculated.
We got like 10
Plus,
gallons
wasn't
of oil.
the
you're right.
jug? Can't that be mayo or oil or something?
Alchemy jug.
Yeah,
the alchemy jug.
Let's just dump some mayo right here in the front. Just
if we
I mean, it would be really slick.
I remember us talking about plain water last time.
Set out the good berries and see what happens.
Oh, good berry, yeah.
For you, welcome to Whiteheart.
Good berry.
Open the door, eat a good berry, then close the door, run back in.
Instead of a fruit basket, it's just a bunch of dangerous good berries and a bunch of avatars of death appear.
Here's what we do.
Well, we can
Here's
hope
what we do.
that's what would happen.
Here's what we do.
I forgot about that.
Okay, hold on. Here's what we do. I'm gonna go back down and we're gonna get a body. I'm gonna bring it up here and put it at the front, and we're gonna put the good berries in its pocket, so that way it finds them. That way they assume they found some loot.
Good idea. Go get it.
And then after that, just oil and ball bearings as far as the eye can see, and then tar and sharp things at the bottom.
Are we all together now at the top?
Yes, everybody's up in the top.
I lean over and I'm like, hey, so I've got a bunch of weapons I'm not using. We could potentially use those if you want. I've got let's see, I've got 2 daggers. I've got.
Let's not also arm them with anything that would be very useful to them, like the +1 longsword. I'd rather them not run into, and then one of them picks up and use.
Oh no,
that's fair,
these are just simple daggers.
We'll acknowledge that and just put that back in the bag.
These are simple daggers. Short sword.
Where the daggers are, can you trigger something like a tripwire so that when they trip it flings the smoke arrow, and they can't see that there's their weapons down there?
Okay. Do we have any spare crossbows?
I mean, I've got.
Rick says one he doesn't use well. I mean, he's not using.
Well, I use it well. It's just I just can't use magic with it because.
Well, I can help you set up wires to try to fling it.
This wire is more tense. Is there enough tension in the wire that I can turn it into a bow for a projectile?
Probably not.
Okay.
How about the whips? The whatever the whips are made of. Can I put enough tension in that to make a?
Make a what?
She wants to make a
slingshot or something that can just have tension, be tripped, and release. I'm just trying to imagine all we can get.
I've got a smoke arrow. I want to, as they're coming down the turn, it sets off the smoke arrow, and so when they go down the turn, they can't see there's a bunch of
what
knives pointed up.
What sets off the arrow? Can it just be dropped, and does it trigger on drop?
Used to cover movements in the field during the last war when smoke arrow strikes something hard.
Does hard mean the velocity it's shot with, or hard is in when it hits a surface? In theory, if we could just drop it onto the ground.
Or the wall. That's hard.
Okay. I was thinking something.
Okay. Alright, and she has all sorts of tinker tools. That's gotta have some springs in there.
Also, you've just collected random gears and stuff throughout this entire trip, so... Can she roll for Barney Bag and see what she finds?
Does she have proficiency with alchemical tools?
Do not. I mean, do you have some poisons? Can we put some poison on some of these nails? Or wires?
Or drugs?
I think though a significant portion of their forces are undead. Poison may not be the most effective thing.
What is particularly effective against undead?
Rude pulls out his axe. Oh, I meant me, but yeah, I guess the axe too.
As long as you are between me and the Minotaurs, I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Still have nightmares.
You have nightmares.
Lost a ship.
How many layers of this trap do you think you're setting up?
I think keeping it basic would be a good idea. Of basically have ball bearings and oil going down the stairs and nasty things for them to run into when they hit the bottom, because they should take damage falling downstairs, and then a rough landing would be good.
Yeah.
Especially the skeletons.
Because we're not going to get
some wires here and there throughout.
We're not going to get everything in this. It's not going to just be this. I kind of like the idea of like the oil in the traps not starting till the stairs. And if we put a body at the top, that might lull them into a false sense of security, and then they start going down the stairs. So don't have it like right where the stairs start.
Okay.
Have it so that enough people get on the stairs so that, at least a significant portion are just going to run into it before they realize it's starting. Whereas if it starts right at the door, they'll know something's up from the beginning and they can work around it.
Okay.
And we can put the body up like it's a warning.
No, I like the idea of looking like it just died there and putting some berries in its pocket in case it might eat some.
Keep one of the berries so you can shove it into one of their mouths when you're fighting it in person.
Why don't you just
And
like
just
tie
watch.
it to an
It's
arrow?
gonna heal up.
It has to be. They have to. I think you have to ingest the berry to get the heal to trigger, and the heal triggering is what summons the thing.
I thought you were a good enough shot to hit somebody in the mouth.
They have to have their mouth open.
Haven't you ever heard of William Tell, where you're like,
give me
he
one
shot
of
his
them.
kid in the mouth?
Well, that was
give me one
apple on the head.
All right, while you guys go get the
There is a body up on the top stairs. It's controllable by all.
Okay.
Dude,
So I'll be setting up
in the kitchen. Where did we find them?
I'm gonna start setting up half of traps so that when they come back down, I can finish them as we go down, just so I can have something to work on. And then talk with Nyx about where these traps are going to be, so she knows to avoid them. Okay.
I think oil and barbells mixed together is a pretty nasty trap.
But I still also like the razor wire.
That's fine. I think some razor wire is not a bad idea.
I mean, we have 4 spools, so that means at least 4 of those traps, maybe more. I'm not sure how much.
Why did they have razor wire?
Bruce was gonna. Whenever you want to do this, Mike, he would have stopped and talked to Oriana on his way to get a body.
Okay. I'm just putting all the necessary things.
No, you're fine. I was just letting you know.
Okay. Do you guys have your traps sorted out? A relatively good idea of what you want to do?
I think so.
Okay. So.
Okay. Is Z doing anything? I haven't really heard anything other than maybe some prestidigitation.
Can Z do anything? Does Z have arcane lock?
I don't believe so. Let me look.
I don't think she does. I think that was Cherry's thing.
No, that doesn't.
I know Cherry has it. I was wondering because I know they shared some spells, or were going to share some spells.
I haven't really had time.
Don't have that one.
Okay. Do you have any good spells that would help?
Prestidigitation and mold earth.
Just mold a bunch of
trip hazards.
Just a bunch of trip hazards, like if you could push the stone up a little bit or something, so that when people are walking and then they just forward, or tilt the stairs down just a bit so they fall forward instead. I mean,
mold earth affects loose soil. It does not affect stone.
I know, but this is Rick's talking. He doesn't know.
Okay, well, once Z feels completely and totally useless here, she's going to go take a nap.
She could help with putting down all the stuff, or following Jalaira's instructions.
Well, and you can also share ideas.
It doesn't have to be loose dirt. It can be stone, but it's limited to what it is. You can do different things with loose earth than you can with just stone, with mold earth. But not all of it lasts for an hour.
I used it before and got told that it does not work in White Heart.
Okay.
We could just break some of the stairs.
Bruce going down the stairs, every 3 stairs, just smash.
You do it behind us? I don't want to.
3 is the pattern. Bruce is just going to do it when he feels like it. It speaks to his heart.
Okay, so what are the main...
Sometimes not.
What are the main themes of your traps?
All right.
Sliding into madness.
Slide down into razor wire. Trip over random things and tumble down to eventually find tar and dangerous
nails and pointy things
and shrapnel in tar.
How long does the smoke last?
20 minutes, so it's better if we can make it trigger.
Yeah, I would say if we can find a way that one of the tripwires at the top could get it to fall, that way they can't see what they're falling into at the bottom.
maybe she could just do some sort of trebuchet thing, so this way you don't have to have anything elastic. It just
this is following behind Jalira and trying to be helpful, but like when she looks like she's trying to do something, she's gonna be all like, "Okay, I'm helping. It's working." She's gonna try casting guidance, whatever. She's setting stuff up.
Slip and fall into razor wire, slip and fall into tar and sharp things. What else? The smoke arrow.
Yeah.
I think that's the majority of it is slip and fall and then into different things. Razor wire, and then...
I would have the razor wire second, because if someone tries to levitate, they'll hit the razor wire. They can hit the razor wire.
Yeah, so...
Oh, actually, if you want to set some up above us while we're doing that.
Yeah,
yes,
so have them slip and fall.
I might show you some good knots.
Exactly what you want. She's like standing on the ceiling. I really gotta change out of this skirt, though. She's like putting her knees together as she's upside down, trying to.
Hey, this that rock looks a little out here. Here, have one of these hammers, and put that precariously there. See, like, that's just like a basic little nail hammer.
So
you can also just see if we can get the rock to fall.
Slipping and falling is pretty much the main mechanism of your trap. Is they slip and fall in things, or they're going to levitate into razor wire.
Yes.
So you're setting up tar on how many levels?
I was thinking at least a little bit at the top, but the idea that having a bunch at the bottom, but maybe at least one spot in the middle. No, we wanted the front. She's going to confirm this with everybody else. You wanted the top to be kind of a little bit unassuming, right?
Yeah, so they won't see it until they get down. I mean, not far, but maybe like starting 20 feet down the stairs or something.
All right, so we're starting. Yep, so here. Maybe the first tar will be one of these platforms, one of these flat areas. But then the rest of it will be just...
I would have oil and stuff first, and then the wires a little ways down, because it's supposed to be like 15 rotations, so we're kind of setting up a multi-level...
Yeah, I don't know if we have that much.
I mean, oil's going to go a long way if you just dump it near the top and let it...
Oil will carry down. We'll need
you guys have Bruce who has gust.
For what?
Gravity will work for the most part with oil.
Okay. So, how many layers of traps?
How many razor wires can I get for 4 spools of
layers? Gosh, by the time they get to the bottom, if any survive to get to the bottom, they're going to be so mad at us.
Most of maybe 2 or 3 for the levitate idea, but I want most of them to be there to catch as many.
Yeah, but I want to know how we're going to set up a blowtorch.
You were going to set up an alarm at the very top, correct? So when they broke through the door.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Okay, you have 2,000 feet of wire.
And most of this thing is just 5 feet.
You have 4 500-foot spools of wire.
No one can fly through it. Sorry.
How much time do we have?
I don't know. What did the traveler say?
He said we had 15 more hours.
I'm probably closer to 14 right now, actually.
A loud echoing boom courses down the stairs. It's a spell you got. It sounds like a spell you guys have heard Z cast before.
Well,
hey,
I think they make.
We're making them waste their spell slots.
But we need to sleep.
We have no spell slots. So let's get moving so we can go to one of the rooms where they'll have to search through this maze to find us.
And we have what they want, right?
Yes. We have what they want, so they will have to find us.
Wait, we already have an alarm at the bottom of the stairs. I don't think I can concentrate well enough with them right outside the door to put an
we're
alarm.
Good.
Let's go. Let's just go down.
We have the alarm at the bottom of the stairs. We won't need it at the top. Ready?
All right.
All right. We're good. You're
We'll
doing
try
great.
to have at least 4 wires level if she can.
For the razor wires, since you're setting them up high to keep people from levitating, that's going to be between you and between you and Nyx, because you have a climb speed and Nyx has the cleats. You can roll this check with advantage and guidance.
Okay.
Roll me a craft check with
Nyx
wire
is
would fall under.
Carrying Kiz around and pressing her against Cherry occasionally.
You know what? No, it's because it's just Kiz giving supportive hugs, which happen to be guidance.
Just supportive hugs. I love it. Let me look at your tool sets, Cherry. Hold on.
Thieves, tinkers.
Thieves tools.
Okay.
We'll use thieves tools or tinker tools to create traps. That sounds like a plan for me.
Yes, it's good because we both have, I think, proficiency, and I think Cherry has expertise.
Nice.
Okay. And add guidance.
It's a D4 there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, I'm not.
Okay. The next element of your trap was
Slip
and slide.
Slip and slide.
The slip was into
Ball
the
bearings and oil.
Yeah.
Ball
sliding
bearings,
into the razor wire, but
oil.
also sliding into the shrapnel tar.
I'm gonna throw about wait for them to throw the oil down, but I'm gonna throw about 100 ball bearings down onto that.
Just use all of them. Use all of them.
So I drop all 1,000 ball bearings onto a space.
No, I mean just like spread it out throughout the stairs.
No, just a pile. I'm just kidding. No, I
what a cleverly disguised trap! Seeing this thing of ball bearings, steps over it.
No, so I'm going to I'm going to be like throwing. It's like at a wedding when you throw rice, but instead of in front of me, it's behind me.
Well, they're just going to roll forward, so watch your step.
Well, and Cherry and I don't have to use the floor, so
yes. So, you guys are going to apply the oil elements. Go ahead and roll me another. Actually, in this case, roll me a dexterity check with proficiency, or it would essentially be a thieves' tool dexterity check as opposed to a thieves' tool intelligence check.
But would that be for Nyx?
Are you way up there? Because Bruce.
Cherry has a climb speed, so I'm assuming she's helping out.
Yeah.
So I suppose Nyx could do it with Cherry's help. So this could be
do it the other way around. Have it Cherry with Nyx's help, because I am not as.
All right, you're like holding it like okay.
Remember, this is dex based, not intelligence based.
My modifier is the same for both.
Okay. Throw it down. Let's see it.
I can do climbing too. I've got gloves of climbing, so.
Did she have advantage?
Probably.
She does
Did
have
you have
advantage.
me? Oh, down. Oh, sorry. That's not the one I wanted.
Okay. 22.
With guidance. Oh wait, you got it there. Okay, so
that'd be 19,
22.
20, 21, 22.
22 for the slip checks.
You're gonna have to roll a 22 to say it on the slip. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Tar and sharp objects.
Goro! Glass blower tool, sorry.
Cherry's like, I make bottles, just crash.
I could use these. In fact, I have a couple.
That's smart of Cora. Cora's like, nope, not doing this.
Where are they?
What are you looking for?
Here we go. I want to just hold this, show this to Rex, and be like, I think a good place I try and put Can you think of a way that we could trigger one of these somewhere?
I mean,
Put
it's
it
entirely
above
possible.
the door at the bottom of the stairs. Just put it at the top of the door and
But-
just be like, make it like precarious so that it
I mean,
falls when they
I think-
we could.
I
How much
think
oil and tar are you spreading around on these stairways?
I mean, we could, in theory. In theory, I mean, if we had thin enough wire, we could create a tripwire that would lead into the cork for this thing.
I
Okay.
don't even know if it necessarily has to be a tripwire. There's just a bunch of wires they're going to have to either cut or get around. So we just have it connected to part of it. They're going to have to move through it.
All right.
So-
And since we're playing with fire, I think I want to use both of
Do you want to use just
the fire flasks that I have. Try to precariously put it over some tar or oil.
Those are things I gave you first session, aren't they?
Yes.
so much regrets happening here?
Okay, so
You
roll
said it
me
was-
a check with tools with advantage because Rix is helping you out with this, and throw down a guidance on top.
She also
Supportive
handed to us.
hug. You can do
Okay.
it.
I bet you the smoke arrow would go off with a fire.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's put the smoke arrow where it can catch fire.
Oh gosh, dang.
So they can be on
This is
fire.
beautiful. I really want this all to work. I want there to just be
Nice.
a great clattering. And Mike's just like, oh my god.
25.
So that is for the
What is it?
fire
Alchemist
smoke.
fire.
The well-laid plans of mice
Yeah.
and men, Mike.
Fire and smoke. Okay, tar trap. Who's rolling that one?
Maybe somebody with more strength that can.
I still want Cherry to be doing all of this. She's
Okay,
doing
Carrie, you're
great.
doing it.
Bruce can help if she needs help. But
Okay, so he's pouring it, and I'm directing, try to get some over there, and then I'm chucking in shrapnel.
I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to also
So
make
with,
sure.
with Bruce's assistance, you set up the tar and sharp objects trap.
This might need to be a dex check.
This is going to be a dex check versus an intelligence check.
Yeah.
you're just as dexterous as you are intelligent, so
Actually,
You are really Dexy, I know that.
Okay, and
Yeah.
guidance?
Kids just
17.
following around me. Like, she's trying to be helpful, but she's also like,
Like some of these things you're kind of able to hide because there's no source of light in these stairs other than what you guys have brought with you. So you're
just
kind
kind of
of banking on them
yeah.
not being able to see. However, the tar is pretty bulky. The sharp objects in the tar are pretty bulky. It's not as well hidden as you'd like it to be, but you're setting things down.
to be fair, the idea was they're going to slide into these and just hit them. Not that they're going to try to dance around them, but they're inevitably going to hit them was the idea.
hopefully,
We want them to
they
see
still-
it as they slide face first into it.
they still probably can have some dex saves though.
We want them to see their life flashing before their eyes as a piece of shrapnel jabs itself into their eyes. That's all.
Bruce set
Sorry,
down
Coke.
some
Still
glass
cast
holiday decorations as well, little orange ones.
What's Nick's doing?
Some leftover
I
from
think
that
that's
holiday he went without a
darkness.
tattoo.
in the middle of it.
How long would that last?
An hour.
All right.
Concentration.
Mm.
I think. Let me double check that.
So
Well,
Bruce
don't-
is going to set that body up to look like somebody that didn't make it out. And he's going to take a small, purse and put, 5 of the berries he has left in there and put it in the pocket.
Throw
So
a
5
piece of
berries
coin
are
in
now
there.
in the pocket of a corpse
Throw a piece of coin
in a
there.
coin purse, which means you now have 4
Sure,
berries.
he'll throw, I don't know, he's got, how much silver does Bruce have?
Just something a little tempting for the greedy ones.
He'll throw 20 silver and 5 platinum in there.
That's really generous. I guess we'll get that back.
that out
when
of
we
your
loot their
money?
Bodies.
Yeah, that's out of Bruce's money.
Okay. I just want to know if I have to track it, the group money.
20 silver, 5 platinum, 5 berries.
Not bad for a bunch of orphans from Sharna.
Only do it in 10 minutes. Never mind. I was wrong.
We had been there.
Oh,
yeah. Darkness is that one.
Oh, good God. These poor claws.
Well, I mean, imagine there's going to be quite a few minotaurs that'll just, like, be some extra bones for them to walk over.
They did look like Emerald Claw, right?
They're wearing green.
They were Emerald Claw or not.
There's not a lot of groups at this point that we would feel bad for this happening to. So,
well, like I was like wondering, like, what if like the Shard military showed up? Like, I would not be surprised at this point.
I don't think Bruce would care if there was the Sharn military that ran face first into this.
I mean, there might be a little bit of concern on Rix's part, but
troops from Breland. What are they even doing here? Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
So we've got the wires, we've got the slippery stuffs, we got the fire and smoke arrow trap thing going, we got the tar and pokies.
Yep.
Any other main elements of your traps?
Well, we're already going to light it all on fire.
Yeah, the fire.
Have the fire near the bottom. Just in case it burns away traps.
Because it was...
You got fire
They
arrows,
had
right?
like a full-on platoon with them, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Previously, I didn't look to see how many people
Well, I mean, initially,
there.
though, I mean, like, they had, like, quite a few people with them.
So they're still going to be able to make it through.
So
we really need to move quickly, you guys. Sorry, go.
No,
honestly, I think the Traveler would be proud of you if the guy did die this way.
I mean, I need to get the final blow, but I feel like at this point, I'll look at him and be like, look, man, I understand that you probably have regrets and you wish you had made a pact with Cherry instead. I get it.
But no, she's with
she's my friend, and I feel like I should be rewarded for being here and doing what I can.
I mean, look at all the chaos.
It's what you wanted. He's not a problem anymore.
Can you make the Traveler's Gift disappear and reappear?
No, I don't have that ability yet.
Oh, I was going to say, then just put that at the bottom of the stairs, just in case. And then be like, whoop, okay. Oh, that would be beautiful if someone else went to wield it on you and you just like woofed it out of their hands.
Okay, those 4 elements of your traps. I'm going to go ahead and say it is time to take a break. We're going to come back and see what the Shadowslayers have planned to do next. And we're back. The Shadowslayers have climbed up the staircase, found what they believe to be the front door, and have discovered that on the doorstep awaits the Emerald Claw. Quickly shutting the door behind them, the Shadowslayers started laying out plans and trapping the staircase. 15 floors of terror for these poor innocent Emerald Claw guys. They don't even know what's going to happen to them. That being said, everybody has kind of calmed down. Bruce, you did say you wanted to talk to Odiana when you went down to get a body, which you have brought back upstairs and placed with some money and some berries in its pocket in hopes of convincing somebody that they might be worth eating. Again, the terror of these stairs. That being said, Bruce, you wanted to talk to Odiana, so we will go to that point. Where are we at? Moving out of the staircase. Wait, nope, not that one. That's the one.
So yeah, Bruce, like on his way down to go get a body, would have like walked over and been like, are they asleep? Is Odiana awake since she was doing stuff, or
having gathered resources for trap making, she has gone back to sitting and leaning up against the crates, just trying to relax and be calm, not to move. If she starts to doze, that's fine by her. So she's probably in that kind of like pre-dozy state.
The Bruise would have come up and been like, "How are you holding up?"
Good. Good. All things considered. How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm good.
Like to roll a deception or a performance check?
Yeah, go Bruce. He's great about hiding his feelings.
She's tired, so she does not notice. That's wonderful to hear. I was hearing some of the laughter and the cackling from the stairway. Sounds like you've got a bunch of trouble planned for those who are coming down.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't want you guys in this room for whatever's going to happen next.
I understand.
Also, there's like beds and a bath and like a kitchen downstairs.
There's a bath?
Yeah, I kind of figured that might catch
Pure joy on her face.
So yeah, I figured we should probably move you guys out of here down there. The others were saying something about Colin's probably still gonna have to do something. Is there anything I could bring or we could bring that he could work on that would count as working on away from here?
His jobs are mostly the brute force work, laying down the beams. Like the fine stuff was all my job.
But I mean, still, command is to work on the boat, right? So it doesn't matter if he's doing a shit job or not. He's just got to do it. So we could bring something for him to screw up for a couple hours.
It's worth a try. Like all things considered, like it's all about the letter of the law and not necessarily the spirit, right?
Bruce glances at Z.
Who is in turn napping, I believe is what she told me she would be doing.
She's useful when she's awake.
She seems tired. She's done lots of casting recently, I take it.
I think we've all done a lot the last little bit.
Did I hear a big boom?
Yeah, we broke the door upstairs.
And that's what made the echoing sound down here?
Probably.
Oh, good. Thought somebody may have tried to shatter the doorway.
Nope.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Okay, then let's go. What would be the best way? Should we make like a litter for you to carry? Like how rough is the way down?
Some stairs. It's not terrible.
And Colin has had a healing spell cast on him, correct?
If Colin's asleep, Bruce is going to carry him.
I think Kiz passed out when she cast the healing spell on him.
Okay, well, I'm just like, if the healing spell's been cast, the wound is closed. It's not surgically sewn. There's no risk of pulling stitches if the tissue itself has been mended. So that's why I was curious. Because that would all depend on the way Bruce would carry Colin at that point too. So,
I mean, regardless, he's probably going to carry him gently. He's not going to just like throw him over his shoulder.
Okay, then let me grab a few things from the ship, and nothing's going to hurt it, right?
I don't know what they're going to do when they get down here, which is why I want you out of here. But I think they're focused on other things than this.
She goes on board, grabs a couple of things, just some of the small things that they've collected, and puts it together in a little parcel and comes out of the ship. And she gently wakes Colin up a little bit, enough to know that we're going to be moving him. At which point you pick him up You gonna leave Z there, or are you gonna invite Z to come down with you?
If you tell Z you're going to the beds, she might go.
Hey Z, we're gonna go to the beds.
Okay.
You should really have that cough looked at.
Okay, so you guys managed to get Colin and Odiana downstairs. Where would you like them to be?
So one, I think Bruce might have had to grab a couple keys from people if he's going all the way to get a body and come back.
You'd need access to a orange key, because the orange and the red keys are what get you up here.
So I would need an orange and a red, and I think a brown.
A brown to get
yellow.
to the kitchens.
I have a yellow. I have a yellow, green, and a blue.
Blue gets to all of the other places. Gets to both of the bedroom areas. You have the office, the more administrative bedrooms, and then you have the generic bedrooms on the other side. But one of those with a brown key also is the captain's bedroom.
Okay. I think he's just gonna put him in the general dorms for now.
Okay.
I don't know if he even remembers. He vaguely remembers something happened to that ghost. He's just gonna leave that door alone.
Nice.
But yeah, if he could have snagged a red, brown, and orange key so he could make his way down, grab something, and come back, he would take them down. Show her the bath, show her the beds, probably put Colin in one, and then, grab a body from wherever he can find one, and take it up. Leave them. If Z's down there, Z's got a couple keys, so, they can get around all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bruce will.
Dorms.
Basically, there's the baths. These are the beds. Regardless, I think you guys deserve a few days down in an area like this. While you guys figure out what you want to do next. There's a kitchen. It's got wine.
Yay, wine.
There's still wine left. The cheap stuff.
Or you can pull out one of the bottles he grabbed from earlier, the second of his 3, and give them to Odeon.
Okay. They will happily ensconce themselves in a dorm room. Z, are you gonna find a dorm room to sleep in for now?
I'll hang out and fall asleep relatively close to Odiana and Colin, so I'm resting but also keeping an eye on them.
The giant pile of pillows might still be around there. You could collect them up. That they were destroyed
I forgot about the pillows.
In a bruised Flora pillow fight thing.
That was years ago.
Might have been a year ago.
Lifetimes ago.
Certainly feels that way.
It's been 74 years.
And then when he came back up with the body, he would let the others know, I took Odiana and Colin down to the dorms.
Good.
All right, now that that's all set up, how long do you think we have?
I don't know.
Traveler giving you any?
Well, I imagine that it might have been longer had they not been able to. I don't even know if they're getting through that door. I imagine that they might be getting through it soon. So.
Well, Shadow's a rough spell, and the door was larger than that. There's a chance they could just bring rocks down on themselves.
Yeah, it'd be nice if that was the case. I kind of.
We're all talking back down in the rooftop.
Yeah, I think I kind of mentally reach out to the traveler, just kind of thinking. I was like, so How much time now?
Roll me a D100.
The trailer doesn't tell me he can go kill this guy himself. Same.
Either way, if we know that they have to come find us.
76.
We get to choose the battlefield.
Sorry. Totally not appropriate here.
The problem is also similar to us. If they make their way down those traps, they're going to be pretty banged up. But if we give them time to rest and recover, then it won't be as bad. But we're also banged up, so...
And healing doesn't necessarily work very well down here. What does a 76 give me?
You reach out with your feelings.
Search
Questioning.
feelings, Luke. Yes. Sorry.
Questioning. And you receive no response.
Just putting this out there. What if we all sleep and no one takes watch?
No one takes
And we
watch?
depend on Cherry to set up an alarm spell.
She's got
That
one
way
right
they have only exactly 8 hours. Just throwing it
We
out.
do our watches is that we don't have while we're on watch, it's still counting toward the 8 hours. That's how we've been doing it.
Oh, okay, never mind. I would like to make sure our casters or our magic girls get
There's
as much rest as possible.
I'll be honest, considering that they're probably going for that chest, Bruce points in the direction. One, I figured if we can get the golems or... what the heck are those glass things?
I think we're just going to refer to them as golems.
If we can get them to cover it with glass, maybe stand a better chance with, your...
Yes, I'll talk to them.
And then if they go over to that, hopefully they'll get attacked, so maybe we should stay in this room.
You mean sleep in here?
If Kiz said anything, I couldn't hear it.
I thought we were gonna hide behind the arcane lock. You said that we were gonna sleep in the beds.
Loudly.
That was before we knew they were breaking their way down the stairs. Look, I'm throwing it out there. If there's a chance we can get them to fall down stairs of death and then walk over and they get attacked by elementals, that'll probably be our best chance to take them out.
The thing is they're gonna have to search for us, and they don't know if we know another way out. Considering how well we trapped those stairs, they must know there's another way out, and we know it.
We can leave the big door open.
So they know they are on a timetable to find us.
Not necessarily. Just because we trapped the front door doesn't mean we know where the back one is.
Regardless, I think that we are starting to get to a point where we need to sit down and rest. Where's he?
Question is where?
She went downstairs to rest.
Next, could you minor illusion the doors around this column?
For 10 minutes.
So that's the question. Are we going to try to get the golems involved in this fight and then clean up here? Or try to head downstairs and sleep as long as we can? We don't even know what type of keys they have. I mean, they may not be able to get to us, and they may easily get to us. They might be stuck in this room if they don't have any better keys then.
There's also an arcane lock that I have to get past.
I don't know if they'll have keys, because, I mean, they needed a blue key to open that door, and I imagine the front door probably has the key gem there.
I think we have a good chance of stalling them long enough.
I'm gonna go start an alarm spell on the other side of the arcane lock. Okay.
You don't know when you can't tell when your arcane lock's broken.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
So we could sleep. We could sleep if we're going to try to sleep. We could try to sleep on the ship.
Or we can sleep down in the dormitories behind several doors they probably don't have keys to.
I mean, if we're setting up here, I was probably going to sleep up there, and Bruce points to the dragon's head.
Why?
All right, well, let's maybe put it up to a vote.
Gives you a good eye view, and you can get the drop
Why
on
sleep here and not behind 6 doors that they don't have keys to?
It's a toss-up between getting them while they're at their most vulnerable, or potentially letting them recover. That's what I've been talking about this whole time.
But aren't we at our most vulnerable?
That would be the toss-up.
People. We all need to get rest.
We'll put watches up and hope for the best.
I think it would be best if we do get a good night's rest and then immediately come here, because we've trapped them in with the arcane lock and who knows, but we can come back and basically get them while they're going to rest after whatever freaking damage we dealt to them.
Question.
Because we'll have rest first, as long as we get moving.
If they had the knock spell, would they have been able to get through the keyed doors? The fact that they haven't gotten through the keyed doors means they don't have the knock spell?
We don't know.
Who are you asking?
You.
Yeah. That is.
Do you have the knock spell?
No.
Can you get the knock spell? Is that on your list?
So the knock is what it says is the biggest threat to my arcane lock, it looks like.
Casting knock on the object suppresses arcane lock for 10 minutes. While affected by the spell, the object is more difficult to break or force open.
But if they haven't gotten through the other door...
You have potential for knock on your spell list.
I have no idea what level it would be.
Knock is a lower level spell.
Then no.
It's pretty generic.
I've not seen it.
It's like first or second level.
Well, let me check.
Isn't it? I know it's not. Most people I know don't typically use it because it feels like it's a waste of a spell slot.
Bard,
second level
sorcerer,
spell.
and wizard, it looks like. It doesn't look, it seems weird that it's not.
It's the second
You
level.
wouldn't know.
Could she roll an Arcana check?
She could.
Well, she is second guessing how safe that door is. And she's trying to think of possible threats to it. So I think I would like to roll an Arcana check. Just.
I guess my thought is the difference between camping here and camping behind maybe 3 doors is only a few minutes.
All right. So real quick, I don't know if those glass golems will attack my enemies or anyone that's not me if they decide to fight. I don't have control over them. I've already asked them to cover the chest in glass and they haven't.
I mean, they were pretty willing to fight until you showed up the first time.
Yes. So if we aren't here and they don't have anyone with a mark, then it's a good chance that the golems will just attack them. As long as we're not here.
Have you tried talking to them since your mark moved?
I have not.
They didn't react when we
my
went
thought-
through that door.
My thought was, if you can get them to cover it again, they won't know it's been opened, so they'll go try to open it, and then
Waste more time.
they might get attacked. And regardless, we'll be out of sight until something like that happens. So if we're staying in here, we would hide.
Did Oriana leave her gloves behind to handle the hot objects? Because we could just throw some glass on there ourselves.
Does my glass blower's tools have anything that I could...
As far as arcane lock, you're not sure whether or not it applies to the key gems in any shape or form. Because you've not cast it on them, you don't have a first-hand experience.
I would think that they might be designed to withstand that spell because it's Kenneth and they know what they're doing. That's her hope.
But we still will have time. I think it's best to have them come search for us and we pick the battlefield.
Well, that's the question then. If not here, where? In a hallway at a junction point? This is the best battlefield.
They might damage the ship, though.
I don't see why they would, but even if they do, I'll explain it to Odiana.
I mean, damaging the ship didn't cause an adverse reaction to Colin anyway, right? Someone did damage to that ship.
Yeah, Colin did.
Oh.
And it hurt.
Well, good to know he survived it. That means he could survive it again if we need to keep him locked downstairs for a bit.
What about camping on the stairs?
What about having Liz or Fixer just watch them from, and we're on the other side of the doors and just watch them in the corner where they're not looking. Scrying room.
End up in a funnel.
Oh! Scrying room!
Scrying room.
But that only shows one area.
Yes.
Yes, but it shows the.
But it shows the chest. And if they go for the chest, we know they're here.
There. That would be a good place to sleep.
I kind of looked to Bruce. I'm like, would that be okay?
That work?
Do we want to divide and conquer? Do we still have sending?
I don't like the idea of splitting us up.
I don't.
It's not a bad plan to try to use the scrying room. Could we hear through it or just see through it?
Just see through it.
It's got at a real low angle. Could we look at like on video games? You want to do that, but you can't.
Could you, Cherry, set up an alarm over here as well? So that way we know when the... Okay, you have one here, and
there's already an alarm.
You
want this door too?
No, I just checking. I think if we're using the scry room, we'll be able to tell if they're coming down. But it'll let us know if they're in the room, but they haven't gone anywhere else. Is my thoughts.
She wants to set up another one over here past the arcane lock, and she's just so tired. She's not really mentally there, so she's gonna just go do that.
I'm gonna go ahead and go over and ask try and talk to the glass golems again.
Okay.
You have to show your your mark.
She's learned from Z. She knows how to.
I need a different outfit. I'm not gonna lie, because this outfit is not conducive to battle.
At some point you probably could have raided the captain's closets.
Oh, I have plenty of their robes. But yeah.
I think it means the captain who was a fighter.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we steal? That sword's hers, right?
I have a necklace of hers.
I don't remember where I got it. Okay. We got a lot of loot from.
So she's going to talk to the golems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Golems.
She goes up. It's like kind of a. I need you guys to cover that chest in glass. Get them to listen.
Jeez.
None of them are currently on the surface.
Yeah. It's like, well, kind of hit the bang into the side of it again, because that got their heads up last time.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
When she accidentally hit and caused a reverberating loud noise, they peeked up to look at her.
Nyx casts knock. Boom, boom.
On a big vat of molten glass.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
All right.
Oh man, what layer did I put them on?
GM?
GM is here. Hold. No, they're not on. Maybe it would help if I had the right grabbing tool and not the drawing tool.
Hey!
Either
I feel your pain.
good or really bad.
Some of the downsides of a...
Okay.
It's a big boy.
You bang on the edge. Monstrous form kind of rises up out of the molten glass and just sets its gaze on you.
I need you to cover that chest in glass. Will you do that?
It looks over at the chest where you gesture and looks back at you. Can you roll me a persuasion check? And you can add a D4.
She get a hug.
No, they might be related to her mark.
Persuasion plus the D4.
Nice.
Dirty 20. Nice.
It looks at you again, kind of eyeballs you all over, up and down. And then slowly floats over to the chest and begins spewing forth molten glass onto the chest.
Are coming.
Say it one more time. You cut out.
Enemies are coming as well. Be careful. Dodo.
Protect the chest.
Do what you need to do.
Protect the chest, maybe?
Protect.
Do what must be done.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it sound like we can get killed. That's to protect the chest.
We're not going to go for the chest yet. We're
No,
fine.
we're done.
Went for the chest. We're good.
We're finished with that.
Leave that corner of the room alone.
Okay. Roll me another persuasion check.
Nice.
With a D4.
D4 as well again.
15.
2 in a row. It's a 19. Still not bad.
After eyeballing you for a couple more seconds, it slowly fades back into the molten glass.
That hardened glass is your children. They're coming to destroy your children.
Takes a deep breath. Apparently, I should kind of like mentally thinking, I should have been in this form when we first arrived, apparently. Not that I knew could do this back then, but anyway, where's everyone? Are we leaving yet? Are we leaving yet?
I don't think we're leaving quite yet, but I think we're in the process of getting ready to.
Cherry, I know you do the pretty red alarm spells, but could you put them in your color so I know that they're yours?
Oh, I wasn't sure why that one was red.
Because it looks like Rick set it up for you.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden I can... wait, is that going to be my pact magic, Mike? The Book of the Tome? Pact of the Tome? Change it around, Book of Levistus?
That's it, you're changing. Forget this sword thing.
Well, look, man, my warlock that I'm retiring was one of those, and it was really nice being able to do a lot of ritual spells.
Okay.
Take Z as your patron. Get a
Ooh.
There's still a not zero chance that Bruce's mark is your patron. Just saying.
It does sound like it might be one of
He's
many.
not angry enough.
Hey, he doesn't talk much. Maybe it's because he's talking to you.
Maybe they're just him and Kuma are just chilling, having some brewskis out in whatever astral plane they're on.
Yeah,
If anyone's mark is Rix's, it would probably be Nyx's mark. Nix's patron would probably be
Seek, sup, girl? Can you stop
Just
talking to my
saying.
sister for a minute and help me out?
All
The
right.
traveler is like many voices, not just one.
Uh-huh.
It's
Are we
all
Dragon
dragon.
marks. Figured it out,
All-
Mike. We're on to you.
Are we good?
The ability to whisper to the GM is sometimes a blessing and a curse.
What did you send to him, Jared?
So what are you guys doing? So Nyx has convinced the glass things to hork up more glass onto the chest. Bruise. Rix. What's the plan?
I think we're going to go and camp down in the scrying room. So we're gonna head out, go to the scrying room. Camp
Pick up
there.
the name. Pick up the name on the way.
Yep, grab some on the way, and then see how much rest we can get before we can't anymore. Hoping at least we're gonna get a short rest out of it.
Okay.
Anymore. Would it be too much to ask if I could sleep on one of the beds? No.
We have the bed in don't we have that bed still that's in one of the turnstiles?
I think the spell's embedded into the stone bed frame. It's just the cat.
No, but didn't we drag a bed into the turnstile that we could drag into that room?
We dragged a mattress,
A
but
mattress.
that doesn't carry any of the enchantments with it.
But the beds
But the thing
were
is
only
that-
offering a short rest, weren't they?
Yeah, if we
You're
try
right.
for the long rest.
We don't want the
then it
short
would-
rest, we
You're
want the long
right.
one.
I mean,
Yep.
as long as we have one person at all times keeping an eye on the scrying room, I think we're good.
Yeah.
So, if we want to have everyone sleep groups of 2 and just have one person relieve and then the other person come back, that way someone's watching at all times.
I'll camp in the scrying room the whole time.
I'll go then.
Well, I mean, like somebody watching the whole time. So if you're not on watch, you can sleep
Well, I'll
wherever.
also camp there, but
Hey, are we all going to the scrying room, or are we sleeping in bed?
I think we're all going to the scrying room.
Okay.
And
I can take first watch.
You didn't sleep last night.
everybody stops and stares at Bruce.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dang it! If you're filling up for it, okay.
How dare you be that? Dare you be that good at lying? How dare you?
I got some like cat naps throughout the day. I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, well, I'll let him take first watch, and then he'll get some sleep for the rest of it.
If he wakes up the next watch.
How about this? I'll be up for the watch with him.
I will.
All right.
I do need to talk to him.
All right.
I need to talk.
What?
Yeah, I need to talk to you.
About what?
I think she wanted it to be a private conversation. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want? We could. Okay.
You're not getting out of this one.
Okay. On the flip side, that you guys are going to come back up here and fight the Emerald Claw. Upon coming up to this area, could you please put yourself in the manner in which you would approach this area?
Breeze would be up front.
When coming back,
I would be right behind.
Okay, I'd be third.
We closed this door.
Yeah.
Close that
Where's
door.
the arcane lock?
The arcane lock, I believe, is on this door here.
So we need to be on this side.
So I
Yes,
will be
put
here.
yourselves where you guys need to be.
I'll be here, so it means Bruce would be here.
I'm in the back.
Nyx is gonna stand at the doorway. Okay.
So, do you guys shut any doors on your way back in,
All of
other
them.
than the arcane lock door?
All of them.
Yeah, I'm shutting all the doors I can.
All of them.
Okay, well, This door up here is a little deformed because Bruce broke it.
We can't
Why
really
did he
see
break
those
it?
doors anymore.
Why'd you
Remember,
break the doors?
he pounded to get through the door because he was trying to get to where he could see something.
Was asked to pound through 2 doors. Don't at me. Bruce was doing nothing of his own volition at that point.
Make it work. All right.
Doing something under your own emotion is still your own volition.
He was told to break these doors down. You guys were like, hey, somebody needs to break these doors down. Bruce.
Okay, cool. So I can come back to this spot right here, and everything's going to be perfect. Right? Right.
We're gonna come back, and there's just going to be this pool of red coming out of that door.
Okay.
Probably stop in to let Z and Odiana, if she's still up, know what we're doing.
Takes, right?
Probably
Right.
get woken up for a watch, he's going to say to Z.
Okay, so Z has been like resting during this whole trap thing. How much time has she had? How much time has gone by? How long has Z been resting?
Not quite an hour.
Okay. Okay, Z will go back up to the scrying room and hang out there. If that's where everybody is.
Okay, I've pulled you all into the blue corridor. Oh, wait, Bruce is already there. Just
2 bruises.
And
2
2
bruises,
Rixes.
2 Rixes.
Hey.
This has happened before.
You kill it. You kill it.
It's actually like the 3rd time that's happened to this campaign.
That's true. No, it's about 4th because Nyx was 3 of them.
Yeah. So yeah, he would just go over and let them know, let Odiana know that they were going to be resting in an area not far from here. Z would be resting nearby if he needed anything, and we would probably be trading people in and out while we try to rest up.
Okay, so who's staying down this corridor with them, or are you all staying in the orange corridor? Are you bringing Colin and Odiana with you to the other area?
We have spare bedrolls for them.
I was planning on letting them sleep in there, and most people can sleep in there. We should just have 2 people on watch at all times, and have one person go get everybody. For the next watch, bring them back before the other 2 leave, so that way there's eyes always on the room.
People are planning to sleep in the beds, and we're gonna just go back and forth with the watch.
I'm not gonna sleep on those beds. Those are short rest beds.
Well, I think that you can get a long rest on them. It just won't.
They still function as a bed.
I know, but I don't know if it automatically wakes you up from a short rest.
Well, it's still a dormitory.
It did not.
It is where the kids would do their long rest.
They did it before, and it
got
did
a
not.
long rest on there. Yeah.
It just didn't feel like it made much of a difference. That was until we had those potions, and all of a sudden we could get long rests. Plus those potions.
Which the Emerald Claw has not gotten.
But, yeah, who knows?
Okay, so the first 2 people taking watch are Bruce and Nyx, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sounds like it.
Okay. Grab you guys. Throw you at the orange room real quick. Oh, that's not where I wanted to put you. I lied. Go back. Oh gosh. What is that going to do? Okay, cool. So the rest of you here in this area can go put yourself in a room to kind of relax and chillax as you will. Bruce and Nix, if you don't have a token on the map, go ahead and pull yourselves out a token.
Weird. It's like the ghost of Odiana still haunts this place.
I can't see the other map to put myself in.
Oh, the whole players. Hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. There. Better?
Yes, but remember that the stream needs to see the other side.
Yeah, that was the third one I needed to pull.
All right, cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay. So, Bruce, Nix, you sit down, you settle yourselves to start your watch, or you pace, however you prepare to take your watch. You find yourselves alone.
Actually, Bruce would probably set up on the other side so he could see if something's coming. Nothing's gonna like come from the chest side.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Nothing in the scrying image below you seems to come into frame. At one point, you think you see one of the glass monsters kind of poke its head up and look around and then sink back down. Nyx looks like she's about to try and start conversation a couple of times and then stops.
Bruce would probably, after a bit, be like, yeah, like I know what you want to talk about. I'll be honest, I don't know if now's the best time. I'm still kind of working a lot of things out. I mean, I don't want to. If you really want to, I've been in an odd headspace for the last few years or days, depending on how you count it.
What I mean is, I know you're having a hard time with your emotions. A lot of things are, and for justified reasons. And would you be willing to? I've made the offer before, and I guess not. But I would be willing to help you so that when it is an emergency situation, that you don't react, that you can actually think before you react, at least somewhat, so that the situation of before doesn't happen again.
Before?
Really
On the collar.
Bruce would visibly like flinch when you say that and kind of pull into himself a bit and looks a little wounded.
I know. And not gonna lie, you owe at least a couple punches to me for everything that I've been doing. But that was...
What is with this group? I don't want to hurt any of you. I'm not looking to hurt or punt or beat or whatever any of you. It's not something that would bring me any measure. Why would it bring me comfort to do that?
I'm not saying that either. I don't know. I think it would probably help to be able to at least punch one slaver. But
was she implying herself in that moment, or?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Bruce would pick up on that. Bruce would kind of glance at her and look away. He looks a little sick, almost. Look, like I said, I don't know if I'm ready to have that.
And just and I'm sorry about before, but we won't have that conversation right now. But if you want my help with techniques to help you when emotions start to overtake, and that being said, I've learned a lot from you to actually use those emotions.
Thought about killing him, you know?
Killing who?
Bruce, like, while you've been talking, Bruce has been kind of looking down and, like, not... His eyes are kind of unfocused a bit. And when he told us that he had done that to a child, I thought about it. Several days, actually. Wake up in the night and look over and see him sleeping next to me and think, God, it was horrible. I spent a lot of my life, parts I had control over anyways, wiping out that type of person. And to see it in my own family, said, I don't think I really have it in me to hurt any of you anyways, but I said, I kind of looks up, makes eye contact with you. I think after a while, the thing that I thought of to try to get past it or through it or whatever, there was really nothing to fix, you know? Like, all the things he's done, what would killing him do? How would that undo anything? What justice would that serve? You know? I mean, how many people probably want him dead if they knew, if I don't know, brought him to him? Like, how many could take vengeance before they ran out? Like, there was nothing he could do to fix it. There's nothing I could do. The only thing really that was left was he wasn't that person anymore. And I guess the best way for him to atone? I don't know. I mean, I'm not really there. I guess I kind of thought of myself as the unofficial right arm of the Fury. All the people, Cost Corvair lighting those red candles asking for vengeance on those who had done them terrible wrong. I was answering those prayers as I battered and smashed and broke my way through people that I thought deserved it. I don't know how many candles are lit for Rix, but I don't think answering them would do anything to help. I think him not being that person anymore, I'd like to believe that maybe that Rix killed him himself. But there's nobody left that he's hurt that I could do anything for. Looking over at you again, he's kind of been like looking and looking down, and then looks back up at you, and you, on the other hand, that's not true. People that you've hurt are still being hurt. So I guess for now, all I can really say on the subject is, when this is finally over, if it's ever over, and we're finally past all this and we can do the things we want instead of what we need, you and I have a lot of work to do. To make this right.
Me?
I didn't catch all of that.
You know, for me, there's a good part of me that has thought of others. They all hate me. They all are horrible, made horrible decisions, and they do not matter. Only my family. Changing. Not just because it'll disappoint you guys to know about the way I've been. Think it was that big of a deal until I heard that you went through that. And then all of a sudden it became a huge, heavy weight. That I even had any part, even though it wasn't, it was just for a mission to get into somewhere. It makes me feel horrible. It's a very new feeling for me. A lot of things. There are a lot of things that are changing, and I might be able to go back. I may be able to bring them down. I don't know. I don't know if the Citadel will find me if I do that. But I might be able to. Maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do after this other than help Rix. maybe that's something I can do. But I'm not. I don't even remember a lot of stuff because I didn't care.
He kind of like closes his eyes and flinches a bit.
I think I broke. There was nothing that mattered anymore. Nothing I cared about. And I don't know. I don't remember a lot of what I've done.
Perhaps this would be... I'm sorry, I'm not at my best. We should... Another time would be better to finish this.
Thinking that my own death is not going to be enough.
Death's easy. Living is hard.
It's not done.
I didn't get a lot of that, sorry.
Would you believe it's not the worst I've done either?
It's the worst thing I care about right now.
I know. I will take care of it. Somehow. I know where to start.
Luckily for you, I'm kind of an expert in cleaning this shit up, so... Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of work to do.
Me. You're willing to help me?
I'm willing to help them. I need to help you.
I understand. I will. I will do what you ask, whatever it is. For penitence.
Not penitence for me, you need.
I know.
I just want to do what's right.
I get that.
We should probably keep our senses focused, make sure we don't miss anything.
Yeah. You sure you don't want to hit me a couple times? Cause...
Jerry's tits.
It's like, just kind of try and give a little bit of a dead smile. She's like, sorry, just... I think I would take a few hits over you feeling like you do. And I know it's not going to make a difference. So...
If you want to feel better, take care of yourself. There's only so many bottles we can have in one group.
Ain't that the truth?
Z mutters in her sleep.
All the way across the hall.
Whole another call.
All right. Yeah, she would sit in silence then for the rest of the time unless Bruce said anything more.
Nope. You just keep an eye out. Just thousands of thoughts rolling through his head. Anything happen on our watch?
Dan. He's muted. Oh. He's doing numbers. He's determining how many of them are dead.
As you guys can commit to looking around, keeping an eye, and grow quiet again. Your watch seems to pass uneventfully. Nothing else seems to happen. That being said, who do you guys get to relieve you for the next watch?
I'll take second watch.
Bruce would probably get up and be like, I'll get some people and, to cover the next watch.
Just nod.
And Bruce will head over, trading off keys as needed, because I think we're just swapping keys at this point to get in and out of areas.
Mm-hmm.
But he would go find Rix.
Okay.
Is Rix in a room or?
Yes. I am in a room. I am in this room here. Doors, our greatest foe.
Bruce would come in and shut the door behind him and wake Rix up.
It's time to switch.
Yeah, I think it's about that time.
Okay. All right. Get some rest, will you? I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, do you have a minute?
Yeah. Sure. What's wrong?
I wanted to ask you about something. Talk to you about something.
Yeah. Go ahead.
See, Bruce kind of looks down. Kind of looks like he has trouble forming the words he's going for.
Mm-hmm.
See how long that goes on for.
I think Nyx needs someone to relieve her.
Yeah. No, she does. Sorry.
No, I just... What's wrong, Bruce? Is there something wrong, or what's going on?
No, I just wanted to talk with you. About the something personal. This is a timeline where we're awkward around each other. I can't even.
What?
Sorry. It's hard to keep things straight. I'm sorry.
Bruce, just say it.
Do you have any drugs?
I mean, I think I still have a vial of Dream Lily, but I mean...
Is Bruce familiar with Dream Lily? Mike?
I would say it's a fair bet he's familiar with Dream Lily.
I mean...
Is that what he's used in the past?
At least once, I'm sure.
Is there a reason you're asking me for drugs?
I probably need to sleep tonight, if I can. And
you need the drugs to sleep?
I don't want to dream. I'm scared of...
Scared of what?
What I'll see. I have nightmares.
How often do you have these nightmares?
Every night.
Every
night since
the ship? Or sooner than that?
Gestures to his mark since he arrived.
Right.
Sometimes they're worse than others. There's some things I do to make them easier at times, but
I
haven't had a lot of that. So yeah.
How much do you need? I only have one vial. Do you need half of it or the whole thing? I mean, how long is it? How long do you need it? How long do you need it to affect you?
As long as it can.
I reach into my bag and I pull out the vial. And I don't hand it to him just yet. I kind of hold on to it. I look at him and I'm like, thank you for telling me. And I know that the mark is useful and there's nothing you can do really about it. But next time it talks to you, maybe you should stop making demands of it. Done better than I have. Okay? Because you deserve to have a night's rest. And you shouldn't have to rely on this for that.
I mean, like, there are other things I've done to help, but
I know, but
just haven't. It's been.
Bruce. Don't let it bully you, okay?
I don't think our relationship like that. I think it's just in its nature. I don't think Kuma means anything by it. I don't even know if he's doing it. It's just.
I mean, you really
These
haven't...
marks are cursed.
They're cursed, but you, from what I've been hearing all of you talk about, the fact that you can talk to your mark is an exception to the rule, so to speak. And maybe if more people could talk to their mark, they could reach some sort of symbiosis instead of it leading into stories of aberrant marks consuming and destroying the ones who bear them. It's just some food for thought. Oftentimes, people who are in a relationship that is unbalanced tend to feel like they have no control over what they can do to tip the scales. He needs you. I hope you remember that.
Bruce is gonna unbutton his shirt and open it, showing the mark that has now gone down to like his side. And I think I'm long past the point of being able to cut him off.
No. You're right. But I don't think you're long past the point of making sure that he knows that it's better for the both of you if you're on the same page. And if you both...
The fuck?
What?
Does that count as part of his reply?
And with that, is there anything else you say in addition to those words?
Am I gonna get hit?
not you, Rex.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say. I guess I'm gonna say is like. Does he actually say that out loud though?
Yeah,
he's
he
like
100% said that out loud.
As with that stirring of him saying the fuck, you look up into his eyes and he has this kind of almost. He's not looking at you anymore. He's kind of looking up. Is there anything else you say, Bruce?
Be careful. Keep yourself safe. It's not important to track her right now. Just be safe.
Okay.
Sorry, Gimbal.
Gimbal?
Cut in. Yeah. I guess they found her.
Calysta.
Yeah, I guess she goes by Raven's Blood, and they were pursuing her. Just head her towards Kabara.
Oh. Get some rest. And I put the Dream Lily into his hand. And I say, you're going to need that rest. Because after this, and maybe after Lyrandar, I think you have some witch hunting to do.
As long as everyone's safe.
Get some sleep. I kind of pat his arm. And I make my way out. And I know we're...
I didn't wake anyone else up, so you probably need to grab somebody.
I'm gonna go grab Cherry. Sleep.
As Bruce readies himself for bed and Rix goes to wake up Cherry, that's where we're going to end today's session. Thank you all for watching.